All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, face the east. Honor, glory, and praise to your
Power, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Yakakodash.
Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Peace salutation to the brothers doing this work with true sincerity. Once again, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. To let you know that you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are God's chosen people according to the Bible, man. And what we're embarking on in the year 2026 is this is America's, Babylon's 250th year of existence. And if you look up the statistics of any empire, the average empire only lasts 250 years. And you can tell by the things that are happening in the world events that this very well could be it, man. Because a lot of things are happening pertaining to prophecy. Prophecy is getting fulfilled at a very fast tempo, at a very fast rate. In Esau, he's being exposed for what he is, for the devil that he is. And guess what, man? He's making no apologies for it. He's making no apologies for the wickedness that he's done and the wickedness that he's doing. I remember who was it? Who was the president before Trump? Biden. He said something that he mentioned 666. That we're gonna do 6 things. You can tell me 6 different things, 6 different ways. He mentioned that number, man. He also mentioned that you can call me the devil. He said something to that effect, man. And Trump, and so these devils, these Edomites, which is a majority of the so-called white man, they are exposing themselves, and they're also exposing their own downfall, man. They're fulfilling prophecy. When they started that war in Iran over there, the military leaders were telling the troops that this is fulfillment of prophecy. Yeah. They're actually telling their troops that, man. They were saying us going over there, or America going over there, is a fulfillment of prophecy that's going to bring about the return of who they call Jesus Christ, what we call his true name, Yahushai. So this devil, he got a lot to pay for, man. He got the blood of the Israelites upon his hands, man. Can you give me that in the Gospels for Yahushai said from righteous Abel all the way to Zechariah? You know what I'm talking about? That they shall pay for the prophets, the blood of the prophets. Because the prophets are back here in this day and age, man. As it says in the book of Daniel, you shall stand in your lot, man. So the prophets are back doing the will of the Lord, prophesying the downfall of America, man. You got that, bro?
Yeah.
Go ahead, get it.
This is book of Matthew chapter 23 and verse 25, and it reads that upon you may come all the righteous bloodshed upon the earth,
right?
From the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias.
See, from A to Z, so to speak, man. From all prophets down to the time of history. Esau got to pay for that. And also you 2/3 got to pay for that. Because you had a hand in killing the prophets. Well, I believe that chapter is speaking to Israel, right? Because they killed the prophets, man. They had an evil eye toward the prophets. They mocked the prophets. And the Lord will bring judgment upon them. You can do the same thing in this day and age. You 2/3 that mock the prophets, that scoff against the prophets, guess what? Judgment's coming for you. We really see what happened to these other groups. Genesis, being one of them. His woman's out to get him. His whole organization is beginning to decline, his downfall. Also, what's the other group? Alizé's old group. Sakari. That's done already too. The Lord's going to destroy these false groups, man. IUIC's next target. They're already being exposed with their false doctrine. Saying that the Bible chip is sin. Preaching hell doctrine. These are doctrines that are made up by man. These are stumbling blocks to lead you too further astray for your own destruction. But going back to Esau, guess what, man? You gotta pay for the blood of the prophets. You gotta pay for the blood you spilled, the so-called black, Latino, Native Americans. Go ahead and get into that numbers and then get the precept.
This is Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. It says, "So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are."
So this is the law that the Most High is stated. He instituted. It's an eye for an eye law, tooth for a tooth. In the scriptures they speak about that constantly, from all the way from Genesis to Revelation. And Revelation is one of my favorite scriptures. It says, "Pay unto her double, so much torment and sorrow give her," because they did that to us. Yeah. So the Lord's just in and just in that, man, and recompense. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Nothing gets past the Lord, man. You know, not even to the, like she was saying, to the third and fourth generation, right? Go ahead and get that, bro.
Con. Yes, sir. It says, for blood it defileth the land.
Yeah, so Esau defiled this land with the blood of the prophets, man, the blood of the Israelites, starting from the Native American to the so-called Latino to the so-called black man. You know, with slavery, with colonization, with disease, with all those things, man. He is responsible. He got a lot of blood in his hands, man. Can you sit down?
Con. It says, for blood it defileth the land,
Right.
and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Yeah, so the law requires blood for blood.
Yep.
Now this land's not going to be cleansed. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to stand as a testament of wickedness for future generations. Because Scripture said that it will be completely destroyed, and the smoke thereof is going to last for a very long time, man. You know, our in the kingdom, our children are going to see this place. They probably might see the smoke from afar off, from Israel, man. They might see a little speck of, oh, what's that over there? Oh, that's a Babylon.
Right.
That's where we used to. That's where we used to prophesy the downfall of America. You know, they all your children say, "Whoa, wow, for you?"
Yeah.
That's where the wickedness of that was where the wickedness of the earth came from. And the Lord destroyed it.
Did you know this place is wicked, man? The Lord he don't want to just destroy one or two cities. He want to get rid of the whole continent, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This whole land is defiled and polluted by wickedness and sin.
Right.
If I may say, right, which, you know, we know Esau's blessing is what, the sword.
Right.
Right? So now the whooping stick, the sword, so to speak, has taken roll over this earth, which was supposed to be given to the Israelites who were given the law. So the vessel that's supposed to bring destruction is now the vessel that's over us all, man.
Right.
This Edomite, you see? So now we see what's happened in the world due to that fact, man.
Yeah. And even these so-called ish pastors or rabbis, they're saying that Edom's going to be destroyed. You know, they're going, Edom's going to be destroyed. Edom is America. It's going to be destroyed. They're saying that, man. They're agreeing what the prophets started with Elders Across the Great Millstone been saying all along, man.
That's right.
So this doctrine is coming true. Can you find that? It says shall not tell.
Yeah,
Not lie. Yeah, have a close But go ahead and go ahead. You want to
Con. This is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 13. It's a couple of verses. It says, for I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes.
What's Basra, bro? That's another name for Edom. These are the code words that you got to use in order to interpret the scriptures, right? You know, because someone might say, well, what's talking about Basra? A simple-ass Christian might read that, and he don't think it's talking about America. Or he don't think it's talking about what they call the so-called white people, man, which are the wicked of the earth. You say, oh, that's Basra. That's talking about that. That probably happened a long time ago. No, but it's speaking about here in America.
Because even in the book of Isaiah, what does it say? Declaring the things from the ancient times that are not yet done. Like there's things that are written in the Old Testament concerning prophecies that haven't yet came to pass. Right? Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Isaiah, and so on and so forth. Right? But you have to have the Spirit of the Lord to be able to understand and to be able to discern, you know, what those prophecies are in real time.
Right.
There's a little more than that. Come, verse 15, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Hey, and the Lord's doing that right now, man. All these nations are looking upon America, right upon the history that this place has, you know, perpetrated, right, the things that they're still doing to this day and getting away with. And these nations are looking down on this place, man. You know? That's like you gotta
Go ahead.
I was gonna say about like 2 weeks ago, there was like a whole like meeting with all these different leadership in these different nations, like over 70 nations, bro. And they were all saying how they are against America and America is their enemy. And he was naming off a whole list. That's them being despised among men, right? Broken deals, you know, going and stealing resources, all right, but with no negotiation, you see, lying and theft, all these things are being seen by the whole world, man.
Yes, it says hated among all nations. Thou art great in despise.
Yep, yep.
Also in the book of Genesis, it says, I shall make you small among the cattle. Something like that, to that effect. The cattle, that's like another word of the goyim, you know what I'm saying? That's what they call the heathen nations, the goyim. You know? Yeah, that bug out shit right there. You see us stop and walk back.
I think she was.
She just went to the trash can and just
Hey,
threw
you know
up a
what?
peace
You know,
sign.
that goes to show you that music put spirits on you, man. She walked up, she came up and pulled up with that whole song, went right along with, slammed the door, gave us a weird ass look.
That's like she was in the music business.
Yeah.
I say, did you hear what the music said when she first pulled up? It said, "You gonna fall right down."
That's
That's the spirit, bro. Yeah, it literally said that. Chanted it multiple times.
Yeah, you're gonna fall right down. That's the Lord showing us that what we're saying is
Yeah, that's about Esau going down, man.
That's the spirit,
And
bro.
I was about to say too, because you were talking about how people read all that stuff that happened in the past, right? But the prophecies tell us that once Esau goes down, the kingdom's arriving, man. This is the last captivity we'll be under, man. And the prophecy make it very clear, right? First it was Rome, beast was wounded and yet lived. Who is it now? Who is it now, man? What Edomite nation is it? Right. But anyway.
And then they think that China's gonna be next.
Yeah.
But that is what it says about China's Moab, right? So the scripture said that in Moab I will cast out my shoe. So there's no rulership for Moab, man. The washpot, Moab, the washpot, Edom will cast my shoe, yeah. So basically they're gonna be they make good servants, man. You know, I remember I forgot one of the elders. He said that's why they have small hands. They clean dishes good. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're here to serve, man.
Well, they be doing the
Massage
deep cleaning and all that stuff.
They do the massage parlors.
Yeah.
They have
Hopefully
their spirit is to serve, man.
Yeah.
You know, even what she said that one time, that one lady, she said, "You are my Lord." That one lady, the donut shop.
Oh yeah, she's like, because
Yeah,
I said, man, I appreciate you always being so nice when you come in here, miss. She's like, of course, I'm your servant. I was like, oh shit. Damn, okay, go on your way.
Hey, what if I may say? Well, look at them underneath the role of Esau, man.
Right.
They serving the wrong way.
Right.
Over here eating all kind of weird sea slugs and what have you. You see, in the kingdom, they're gonna be in the right mind, man, and they're gonna really be happy. They think they're happy now. In the kingdom, they're really gonna be in their element, man, and that goes for all the nations.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna teach them the laws, man. We're gonna teach them to observe the high holy days and to worship the Lord, and they're gonna get a blessing because of that, man. You know, if they don't, then we're gonna fuck them up. We're gonna withhold rain from them, you know what I'm saying, for their crops. We're gonna, if they don't abide by the rules, we'll just kill them. Because they're not gonna live forever. We are. They're gonna have lifespans, man. They're gonna have lifespans. They're gonna be born. They're gonna die. But it's not gonna happen to us. You know, the Israelites, when we're in the kingdom, we're gonna live forever, man.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna have like the scripture says, pleasures evermore, man.
Yeah, bro.
But before we do all that, Esau got to pay for his bullshit.
That's right.
Get that Ezekiel.
Yeah. Ezekiel 35, verse 6 is therefore, that lives, said most high power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue
So
thee.
that's what the Lord's doing now. He's preparing America into blood, man, by causing these wars to happen. You know, by putting all this turmoil upon the soils of America, by making these bankers and these millionaires and billionaires, build these data centers, man. That destroys the earth. That's going to create drought. You know, especially here in Arizona, man. They said Arizona in a few years is going to be uninhabitable. And because they're building these data centers, right? And they require gallons and gallons of water. And already a place of drought, so to speak, a desert. So how does that make sense, man? And so it requires a lot of energy for those AI, those artificial intelligence data centers, man. So basically the Lord is setting up America to be destroyed as we speak. You know, he's bringing down the economy as we speak. He's making things so that America is not in the forefront of anything anymore. Like the brother said, everybody's pointing the finger on America. And the so-called Ish people, the Amalekites. Everybody's pointing the finger. Everybody's side-eyeing them. You know, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, even the other Edomites got a problem with that.
And what is Esau trying to do to counter all that? Now he's trying to say that he's the Israelites. Now they're around saying that they're the Israelites. That the Germanic people and the Scottish Saxons, yeah. Now they're trying to say that, no, we're the Israelites. We're the gods. We're God's chosen people. And they're saying that the Amalekites are the Edomites. but like the brother says in the elder said in the video, nowhere in the Bible that it says that if they're Esau and you're the Israelites, Esau's not going to help you reign in the kingdom. You're both reigning together, man. Not reigning this kingdom, this freedom. You know, so it don't make sense what they're saying, man. You know, then they try to say like, all the Scottish people went to slavery, Irish people went to slavery, because they're Israelites. Go back to the Moors, man. You go back to the Dark Ages. You know, where they had, it was Jake ruling. They go back to the Vikings. That was all Jake.
Yeah.
You know, that was all Jake, man.
And that's why you see Hebrew in a lot of their characters.
Yeah.
Swords too.
Yeah, you got the swords, and then you know they had the shofar. They blowing the shofar and all that, man. You know they were us, man. You know, all the great people of the earth were Israelites, man. That's right. The mighty men. You know what I'm saying? They know people more mightier than Israel, man.
Even the Spartans, man, like on a lot of the, paintings and illustrations of the ancient Spartans, they were dark-skinned men.
Yeah.
And in the movie, then not only are they white, but then they have like no clothes on, because Esau is crooked as hell, man.
Yeah, he makes everything to like some homosexual shit.
Exactly, because in them ancient illustrations and paintings and artwork of the ancient Spartans, they were covered up with armor, and they had, breastplates. You know what I'm saying? They weren't just walking around with togas like they just woke up from a damn nap, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Why are you gonna go to war with your shirt on?
Right.
How does that make sense?
Right.
Like you got a
Easy to
shield, but
kill.
you got no shirt on, man.
Yeah, the Bible tell you put on the whole armor, not just the feet. You know what I'm saying? Or the girl, come on, bro.
So you're no protection of self, man. You're just there, with your loincloth, swinging a sword, man.
Yeah, there's it tells you that in the book of Maccabees too, that those Spartans came from Israel. They went into their history and proved it.
Yeah, I think it's Hastings Bible Dictionary where it says that they're the Lacedaemonians. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And that they're the brothers. They're the brothers, man. They were our brothers, so to speak, man. So they were Israelites. The Spartans, the movie 100 is based on Jake, man. You know, they try to paint it like it's some type of Greek Roman culture. You know, boy, how the white man says it.
Right.
But they cover the face of the judges thereof, man. That's what they do. That's what they do. Go ahead, you got it. That's what they do. Go ahead.
Honestly, the Spartans, man, they were not like any other country in Rome like that. They were very well knowledgeable. The women and the men, they were people of study. They knew what they're doing. They knew the arts and crafts of singing, of woven, shit to do with day-to-day life. They were just because a lot of the other places around the place, they were living in filth and shit. But Spartans, they were doing very well off of themselves.
Yeah, and all those Greek and Roman mythology, that was invented by Jake, man. You know, when you that whole pantheon of Greek gods and Roman gods, that was invented by Jake, man. That was us back in the ancient days. You know, and they were going off because they were searching other avenues besides the Most High. But nevertheless, man, the view was around, man. They try to put the so-called black man like he was always in Africa, just spear shucking, man.
Yeah, your history started with slavery.
Yeah, but that's how they try to paint Judah, man. You know, and they try to paint the Northern Kingdom like, they were just over there, fucking being Indian and shit.
Yeah, what's that Zoot Suit movie where he says that you guys were in loincloths until we civilized you.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were savages, man. I think it said that, I forgot, was it the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, where it says that the so-called Negroes like 3/4 of a man, and in that same document it calls the Native American savages. So it's basically you're dehumanized in the eyes of the so-called white man. When in actuality, you're the beast of the earth, man. You so-called white man are the beast of the earth. And it's evident by your nature, by your spirit. So the scripture said that your spirit is not upright in you. That's why you got Epstein Island, man. That's why you got all this sickness and all this, just sick-minded, twisted things that they do. They're horror movies, man. The Terrifier. What's that about? The clown just cutting people up. And that's supposed to be entertainment for you guys, man. That's supposed to be entertainment to see a clown just murder people.
Yeah, Esau be operating on the left-hand side. So of course his only creativity is gonna come from the left-hand side.
But check it out, like the brother brought out in Ezekiel, says thou consumest blood. Says you like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Says you like all this dismembering and oh, what happens if I cut an arm off this person? You know, all that gore. Guess what? You're gonna get it, man. Yeah, you're gonna get it.
The Most High's poetic with his justice.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll read also an NLT real quick. Ezekiel 35, verse 6, and it reads, as sure as I live, as the sovereign Lord, as says the sovereign Lord, since you showed no distaste for blood, I'll give you a bubble after your own. Your turn has come. I mean, they love it. They love it. They love having all this gore, this violence. They get off on it. Some truly get off on that shit. It makes them excited. That's what someone still feel like that's the way they get them excited. Like, oh, I need to kill someone. I need to make the vile act so I can get my rocks off and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Say the Lord gonna prepare a judgment for your acts, man.
Right.
Harsh.
Yeah, because he don't like women. These Edomites, they ain't into women. Nope. They ain't into dudes, man. You know, yeah, and the only reason they get with women is to procreate. That's about it. And even they need that is to maintain their bloodline, man. Because they know about reincarnation. That's why they interbreed with each other. The Rothschilds, I think they're the one that's, I forgot the Rothschild, one of these. They study horse breeding, man. You know, and they put that into their own practice because they know that reincarnation is real. So they want to keep that wealth within their own bloodline, so they keep coming back, man. That's how sick he is, man. You know, even they said even like Prince Charles and that lineage, man, that they're interbred. That's why they got these big ass fucking ears and shit. That's why that Prince Charles got these big ass fucking ears. That's like some interbreeding shit. That's some hillbilly shit, man. If you take away his crown and all that bullshit he got and put him in the backwoods of Louisiana, he'd be walking around like a regular hillbilly, man. You wouldn't mistake him for that. Big old fucking ears and goofy ass fucking face and fucking freaking Mountain Dew and shit, man. You wouldn't tell the difference.
Right.
You know, because he is the basis of men. You know, they're the basis of men, man.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier that scripture right here. It's First Maccabees 12 and 21. Just to prove that point, it says, "It is found in the writing that the Lacedaemonians and Jews are brethren, and that they are of the stock of Abraham." So I looked up the Lacedaemonians, like you said. It says the Lacedaemonians were the people of Sparta.
Yeah, they small people of Sparta. So they, like we said, they were the Spartans. Like brother said, they were the Spartans. You know, so they covering the faces of the judges they wrote, man. That's what he does. Job 9:24. Almost every Israelite knows that scripture. That's been brought out, you know, thousands of times. Man. That's like one of the first scriptures you know when it comes to Job 9:24. We can control the earth to establish that. Because you got to understand that first to establish what your role in the earth is. That makes you understand. Okay, well now I know why things are the way they are. Now because I always wondered that too when I was a kid. Like how come this white man? Why he got so much shit and we all fucked up? Yeah. I always question that. But there got to be a reason for that. Like they're evil. Why is God like blessing them so much? And why is God giving us all this power? You know, and then that inquiry led me to the truth. Because I knew there had to be a reason why our people, the blacks and Native Americans, were in such a downfallen state. There had to be a reason. You got to be sure.
Yeah. Job 9 verse 24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, cover the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Honestly, if not, bro, if this hand is the wicked, who is he then? Who is the wicked? Who is the man that makes destroy the whole earth? That raped and pillaged every single nation, man. He takes every single nation and gives not shit back. Put the whole world in debt. Yeah, can get shit back, bro. Who is it then? Yeah. If you got a plan to one evil generation, evil lineage, who is it? That's Esau.
Yeah, well, you guys just hate white people. You're just being racist. You know, you're a hate group. Have you ever looked at the history of the so-called white man? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen what he's done throughout all history? You ever seen what he's done to the so-called black man, to the so-called Native American man? Have you heard what the Spaniards done to the so-called Aztecs and Mayans?
Even recent history, the whole Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
The shit in there is disgusting. It's make you puke. Was it the baby eyes or was it the brain that said, what's it, the cream cheese?
Yeah.
The brain?
Yeah.
See, like the baby like cream cheese. That is vile. They said that shit, but they love it.
Why don't you just eat some cream cheese?
Right.
Right. Some actual
But
cream cheese.
that's all. It goes back to the rituals they perform.
Yeah.
That goes back to the blood sacrifices, to the drinking of blood. We talk about that. The sacrificing of children and the drinking of blood. That's what the witch of the earth did. Even our people did that for a time, a period of time. The Aztecs did that shit, man. Human sacrifice. Where do you think they learned that from? They learned that from the Babylonian Empire that they were in captivity in. That's where they learned it from, man. They came. Kimber says they came over here to keep the laws. Talking about the so-called northern tribes, the northern kingdom. But after a while, they just fell away. They just started doing wickedness again.
Hey, 'cause what was that one god that Jacob sacrificed their firstborn sons to?
Baal, right?
Yeah, Baal. So they learned that from the Eden too.
And then Esau doing that same left-handed practice, man. That's why he's in so much into the killing of children, the mutilation of children, man. The raping of children. They believe they get power out of that, man. They believe they get power out of that.
John, this is Psalms 144 and verse 5. Right, this is a prayer David made, against his enemies. And this is the same prayer that we make, brothers all throughout the world, man. It says, bow thy, Psalms 144 verse 5, bow thy heavens, O Lord, and come down. Touch the mountains, and they shall smoke. Cast forth lightning, and scatter them. Shoot out thine arrows, and destroy them. Send thine hand from above. Rid me, and deliver me out of great waters, from the hand of strange children, whose mouth speaketh vanity, and the right hand is the right hand of falsehood. See that? We're praying for destruction on this place because of this man that's in power. Obviously, things aren't going to get better. Right. The only solution our people can come up with is going and marching for 12 hours straight in the sun. Yeah. And then when the work is done, it ain't no fun because nothing ever changes. Right. You just continue to do that. That's one of the definitions of insanity, right? Yep. Doing the same exact thing, hoping for a different result.
Well, the Lord told us what to do. He told the prophets to set their face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. Yeah. That's what he told us to do, man. That's what we do. That's what our brothers do, man. We prophesy about the downfall of America, and we'll say the same thing next week, man. Right. And the week after that, motherfuckers burn to the ground. That's right. The Lord takes us up in chariots, and we can see this place. Once I win the next man, we can see this place burn.
Can I get another one, Brother Michelle? Back you up on that?
Hey, brother. He said size limit reached. Yeah, it's fine.
This is Sirach chapter 35 and verse 17. It says, the prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until they come nigh, he will not be comforted. Ooh, so until these things happen, we're not going to fully be comforted. We're not going to fully be satisfied. Like the elder said at the beginning of this lesson, man, everything is moving at such a fast and rapid rate. We know that Babylon the Great ain't got much longer, man. Because the scripture says the years of the wicked shall be cut short. You see? It says, until they come nigh, he will not be comforted, and he will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment. And that's what the Lord's going to do. Or Yahweh Shemashai is going to execute righteous and true judgment upon this place. That's why it says in Revelation, rejoice, ye holy apostles and prophets, for your God has avenged you on her. Right? The Lord's going to bring justice to all this wickedness and all this injustice that's happening, man. You see, Esau goes in these court systems and they get away with it. Oh, he's just a boy. Oh, he was just tired that day. But then we get in there, all you did was get a damn water cup from Subway, and your ass getting 35 to life. Yeah. You see? Wrong judgment proceeded. All these things are happening, and we're crying out, man.
He's not in trouble as other men. Right. So this is their shit right now, so they can get away with things like that. And that size limit, it does it every 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It just cuts the video to pieces.
There's one more verse from me, but it's so wacky. Verse 18, it says, for the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he have smitten sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud and broken the scepter of the unrighteous. See that? The unmerciful. Esau ain't even got no mercy
But
on
what it
animals.
says the scepter of the unrighteous. So that means that the unrighteous or the wicked is going to be ruling, right?
That's right.
Because that's what a scepter is, right? A scepter is an instrument of rulership. It's symbolic of rulership. You know, because even talking about Yahweh Shai having a scepter. The scepter is going to depart from between his loins, I think, something like that. Talking about Yahweh Shai. So the scepter is symbolic of rulership. So the scripture said that he's going to, the unrighteous, run that back to the last part.
God. It says, for the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty be patient toward them, till he hath smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he hath taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous.
See, so they're going to be in rulership, and the Lord's going to take that rulership, break that rulership. He's going to do it by the destruction, man. He's going to do it by coming back, you know, I will not meet thee as a man, chariots of the Lord, firing laser beams, 200 million nuclear missiles. The rulership of Esau is going to be broken, man. It's going to be destroyed.
Well, it says he shall be broken without hand.
It's broken without hand, man. You know? It's because a lot of all those missiles, they're going to do a lot of that work, man.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to press a button on the missiles? Esau is. He's going to press a button on his own downfall, man. Boom. It's going to happen like that. You know, because I think they got like a contingency plan in place where if they get fired upon, they're going to fire back immediately.
Samson option.
Yeah, because retaliation, man. You know, they're going to strike back immediately, even if it means mutual destruction. The Lord already put it in their mind that that's going to happen, man. Go ahead, brother.
Khan, this is Book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 36. And I'll just get straight to the point. Verse 7, it says, rise up indignation and pour out wrath, take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Make the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. And what? To shorten the time of this heathen rule, to usher in what the Heavenly Father's promises, man, which will consist of what? Of us being delivered. Going on, it says, which comes hand in hand with the destruction of Esau, man, right? Because Esau's not going to let it go, like the scriptures tell us. You know, if he hath but a short time, this devil's not going to let it go peacefully, man. Yeah. That's why this is going to be known as the worst, the hardest time that Israel has ever endured, is Esau giving up his seat, man.
It even says that he's not going to repent.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
Get it? Yep. So even to the moment of his destruction, he's still going to be talking his shit, man.
Yep.
But that just makes it more satisfying to destroy him, man. Yeah. Because it's more, like I would like to say, it's more satisfying to slap the shit out of somebody that deserves it. It's like you know, like if you really deserve it, it's just more satisfying just to smack it down on him, man.
That's right.
I mean, look at the story of Jacob and Esau, man. Hey, even though he stole his birthright, he was still whining, bitching, complaining about, oh, Jacob stole my birthright. Even though he stole it to him, he knew exactly what that birthright meant at the end of the day. But he still tried to get it. But oh, Jacob rightfully stole it. He named rightfully Jacob, trying to like, oh, see, he named it deceiver. You know, he's a planner. He rightfully is a planner. Like, no, man, he stole that birthright. You know damn well what it is. So he was bitching, complaining the whole time to the very end. And after he got his blessing, he was out here to get Jacob, man.
And that's why he's trying to do what he's doing now, trying to bring about his new world order. You know, trying to destroy, you know, masses of the population, trying to say that he's the Israelites, trying to say he's God's chosen people.
And all these diseases and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to do now. They're trying to like, well, this is our birthright, really. We're Israel. We're scattered on these islands, y'all. 12 tribes are right here. But yeah, because one video, he said all the 12 tribes were this cluster of islands. The Lord said we'll scatter upon the face of the earth. And it don't got nothing to do with your skin color. You know, because you go in the book of Revelation, it speaks about the mixed multitude. You know, those Israelites that are going to look like all the nations of the earth. They're going to look like so-called Chinese, so-called, you know, Ishmael, all those, man. Chinese, Japanese, Moab, whatever, you know. Going back to the ancient names, Moab, Ammon, you know, Ishmael, you know, Elam. They're going to look like all those people. It doesn't pertain to the outside appearance. Even the book of Samuel says, he says that he looks at the inward side of man, not the outward appearance. Because the Lord knows the spirit that he created. He knows what Israelite spirits are, what bodies, man. You know, that's why the scriptures talk about the wheat and the tares. They both look alike. You know.
You know off of their spirit, man.
Yeah, he knows off their spirit. The scripture says that you know, through the spirit we are the sons of God. You know?
Right, we read earlier about the Lacedaemonians, who were Israelites, man. But why was it that they were living among the Greeks? It's because they got conquered by the Greeks.
Right.
So eventually, right, we started, you know, mixing the seed, and you know, you have you know, people just like that, whole groups of people, right? Just like we had in Egypt, we outnumbered the Egyptians.
Right.
We could have took over Egypt, and people would have thought we've been the Egyptians the whole damn time. Really, you know what I mean? But the Lord had different plans for us. Nonetheless, the point being, right, wherever we were, and we took those things over, man. That's why these different places have our culture, all these different things, right, that really came from Jake, right?
There's the influence of Jake in every culture. That's where that term Hellenist came from. This means Greek-speaking Jew. You know, when it speaks about the Gentiles pertaining to salvation in the New Testament, if you break down that word, they're going to like Hellenist, which means a Greek-speaking Jew. Talking about Israelite foreigners, you know, those that are they didn't know that they were Israelites because their parents, whatever, they took on the customs of the heathens around them. And it says that in the scriptures as well, man. That we're gonna do as the heathen did, man. You know, even us growing up, we thought we were Americans, so to speak. You know, we thought we were Mexicans, we thought we were black people, but we're not that. We're Israelites, man. You know, we are the bloodline descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. How do you guys know that? Because we know, that's why. You know what I'm saying? Because the Spirit tells us, man. Because the Spirit of the Lord is upon brothers to speak this truth. And guess what? It hasn't been debunked. Everything just agrees with it, man. You Edomites are just agreeing with what the apostles are saying.
Hey, if I may say, you find that with a lie, right? You find that with you tug enough, like that's what the detectives say, right? They go and pull on strings until they get the right one, and the whole piece of fabric. Oh, now these dots are all connected. This is how it happened. This is how it happened. But when you deal with the truth, everything just cosigns to it, man.
Right.
You know, there ain't no holes. There ain't no threads that's gonna pull something loose, man.
Right. See, so the proof is there, man. They took it definition, not that.
I got it.
Khan, this is Romans 9:26. It reads that it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. And that's been taking place, you know, for decades now, man. You know, you got different rappers, singers, you know what I'm saying, actors, actresses coming out, constantly talking about who the Jews are, what the Lord looked like. I mean, you even have Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, bro. He came out and he had a whole spread. And Jake said he got the spread. Got the whole spread of Russian icons, man. All biblical figures, angels, the Lord Himself, even the Heavenly Father, being dark-skinned individuals, man. Right. Dark-skinned beings. You see, the whole world now, you know, has awoken to the flood of lies that Esau has pushed on them, man. And they're starting to see what the truth really is. And that goes into what, 2nd Ezra, or the 4th chapter? It asks for the truth which hath so long been without fruit shall be declared. You see that? Truth is springing up, man. You might want to deny that the springtime is here, but you can't deny the blossoming of the flowers, you know, the bears coming out of hibernation. You see? The very life itself, you know, goes against what you're trying to say. You know, that the Israelites are not us and all these different things, but look at the reality. Look at what the whole world is starting to acknowledge. It's too late, man. It's too late. The lies are not working no more, man. They're getting weak, you know?
Honestly, I remember years ago, right? Watching one of the Russian military parades. Before they started the parade, they stood up to the Russian icon of Black Jesus, Black Messiah, before the parade started. So they know who it is. Other nation knows who it is, even if they believe or if they worship or not. They have like, yes, most of us around the world, like, yes, Jesus Christ was a so-called black man.
Right.
Right.
What did you read now?
Romans 9:26.
Get Isaiah 44. When you're talking about the truth springing up, right? So that goes into the truth being sprung up, man.
This is Isaiah 44 verse 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty.
And water is symbolic of the truth. For Yahweh shall say, from your belly shall flow rivers of living water. That's basically the understanding of the scriptures, man. The Holy Spirit being upon the Israelite man and breaking down the scriptures correctly. Go ahead.
It says, and floods upon the dry ground.
This is the dry ground. You are the dry ground. We are the dry bones, man. We are made from the dust of the earth. We are symbolic to dry ground. That's the Lord reviving us through the Spirit.
It says, I will pour my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thine
Yeah,
offspring.
the book of Acts says, I will put my spirit upon all flesh, right? So that's why you have so many brothers across America, preaching and believing in this truth.
And they shall spring up as among the grass.
They just spring up among the grass, man. Yeah, camps springing up everywhere, man. Everywhere. Since the apostles started being on YouTube, man, there's been camps everywhere, man. They didn't have to go out and recruit anybody either. The Spirit just brought them in. He just brought them into the fold. He put a spirit in the brother to watch a YouTube video, and he put it in that brother's mind, hey, we gotta go out there and preach his word. Brothers being on, street corners or whatever, man. 2-man camps, 3-man camps, man. Brothers be out there, because the Spirit's on for them to do that. Go ahead.
It says, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as the willows by the water courses.
Right. But the willow's by the water courses, because the willow is a tree that's very fruitful and abundant, right? It kind of like overgrows, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's by a body of water like a river, it just grows like abundantly.
And they say that if you plant one of those trees, it's gonna find water.
Yeah.
It's gonna find it, and it'll. If you plant one at your crib, for example, it'll destroy your home because it's gonna find the water that the pipelines and stuff that feed your house.
You can't stop it.
Potatoes, man. Potatoes in the dark, but they're gonna grow out as far as they can to find some soil, some water. It's just, I know that shit was scary as fuck. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Get like
too.
fingers and shit like that out of nowhere.
Con. Continuing on, Isaiah 44 and verse 5, one shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
I am the Lord's. I am an Israelite. See that? That's the name of Jacob, right? Israel.
Yep.
The name of changed to Israel. That's right. So they're going to say that I belong to the Most High. I am Israel. That's what the Lord put in the Holy Spirit to do.
Matter of fact, right, read it in LT. Con, it says, others will say, I am a descendant of Jacob.
See that? Hey,
Damn.
that makes a clear play, man. Play the ball tables right there.
I was about to say that too. That's
Go ahead,
fair.
bro.
It says, some will write the Lord's name on their hands and will take the name of Israel as their own. And that goes into Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, with the mind of the wicked, how they say that we call ourselves a child of God.
Right.
Because that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're obviously not. I mean, look what the hell they do on a day-to-day, man. They go against everything that the Lord said, not to do. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord said don't do, they go and do it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, those Edomites that come to Israelites, why? How come you ain't following the Sabbath day? How come you don't got beards on your face? How come you don't observe the high holy days? How come you're not following the law, 10 commandments to the best of your ability? How come you're not on street corners preaching? You just got like one dude making a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? If you're the Spirit was pretty upon you to being an Israelite, then you'll be doing what we be doing. But guess what? The Spirit not upon you, man. You're just being Esau, seeking out repentance, man. You just so it brought you to tears, man. When they started with many tears. That's what you're doing. You're just trying to find little avenues and ways to get into salvation.
Hey, you know what? How many times we cried and we get no mercy, man?
Right.
Unmerciful man.
Right, man. So that's what you see Esau. That's what he's doing, man. He's finally like he's so desperate, like, hey, I'm an Israelite. I'm the Israelite. But you're not. You're just seeking You're trying to seek salvation, man. But you're not. You're not going to get it because the scripture said that God hates you. Well, so that means what? The Lord's the Bible's a hate book? Yeah, it is. The Bible hates Esau. That's what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
God hates Esau. Jacob have I loved. But Esau have I what? Hated, man. Oh, well, that just means that particular person. No, that means a nation of people. That just means a nation of people, man. Jacob's symbolic of a nation of people.
Hey, you have the demon over there co-signing it. God hates us all.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
It's you all, yeah.
Yeah.
It's you all. That's why he's doing it in the Christmas state. He left his little
He left his Texas flag there.
little flag right there with cigarette. Still a good cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Walk away from his last good cigarette, man. Hey, so you abandoned, man. Just like you abandoned that candle, Lord has abandoned each one. You've been abandoned. You've been abandoned by the Lord. Man. You been more than that?
That was a
Sharp way.
Kind of. Zechariah chapter 14 and also like this wrong chapter.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 3 and reads, for the vision is yet for a point of time.
See, so the point in time is now. All the scriptures there, all the prophets in the Bible, they were waiting for this time period for them to be clarified, to be explained correctly. When John the Revelator he saw the mark of the beast, he had to, in order for that to be correctly explained, the time had to catch up with that prophecy. Meaning, the technology had to advance to match the prophecy. But he saw it though. He saw it. He saw the chip. He just didn't know how to explain it. He just called it the mark of the beast. But he saw it being inserted in the eye, the head, the hand. He saw it. He wrote it down as charagma in the Greek, which means incision. He saw that, man. You know, but now technology has catch up to the scriptures, or you know, you say scripture has catch up to technology, vice versa.
If you put your feet in that prophet's feet, so to speak, right? How else would you explain it, man?
Right.
That's almost perfectly how do you explain it?
Right.
The incision in the skin, the mark of the beast.
Right. The mark, like I said, that mark, I think the Greek word is charagma, which means incision. Right?
Yep.
So he said the incision of the beast. That's basically what he's saying. The incision of the beast man. Beware the beast man, right? Yeah, that's right. They're Planet of the Apes, beware the beast man.
Desert out of your home.
Yeah, he'll make a desert out of your home. You know, but actually go make a desert out of his own home. Yeah. That's what he did in the movie. You know, he saw the Statue of Liberty on the ground there on the beach.
Beautiful.
You know, so he understood that he made a desert out of his own home. Right? There was no America destroyed. In that movie, Planet of the Apes, you know, the apes are symbolic of Jake. You know, because if you look at that movie, the old one, the original one, Jake had order, man. The apes had order. You know, they had a system of government. They had
They was reading the Bible.
yeah, they had the holy writings, whatever they call it, man. They had a system of government. They had people in the right places. They had order, man. Because that was symbolic of Jake. You know, but Esau likes to turn it around and all this other bullshit. At the end of the movie, it said, "Well, this is hidden technology." Yeah, but that's true too, because Esau hid the technology. Esau hid the truth, man. They try to flip the script on you in the end, but you know that's a good movie, man. You know, one of my favorite parts is when they're guarding up the Edomites and they put nets on them, they're running away, they're chasing the horses. That's one of my favorite parts, man. Go ahead.
John, look at the new trilogy. Is a quadrilogy of the new movies, man.
You got Kingdom, you got War, Rise, right?
And I think it was Kingdom, War, Rise, all that. At the end, it shows that a lot of the apes they knew about they knew about the old world, right? The fables and this and that. We're like, that was the way of death. Now we must do the way of life, because honestly, one of the scenes in the beginning of the last movie, it was like, all right, let's take one of the eggs. We got to leave one of them so you can honestly keep repopulating.
Right.
So they won't take it all at once. They got to leave some in nature still to keep going. But if of Esau, he'll take all that shit, bro. That's the whole world to crumble. And it's like, hey, really, Esau has been on low, trying to rebuild, but he can't really do it, man. He's stuck in his old ways. It's like, man, he's just a beast man.
Yeah, he's a beast man. That's why the chip is called his mark, his incision. You know, because that's his dimension way of trying to be as the Most High.
Habakkuk 2 verse 3 makes for the vision is yet for a point in time.
Right.
But the end it shall speak and not lie.
It shall speak and not lie. I mean, it's going to be very clarified of what the scriptures actually mean. Before Christianity, we knew what was reading the Bible before they knew about the truth. The Bible was basically lied to because it was taught by the so-called white man. Because he's a fault, he deceives the whole earth. So what he was teaching was a big lie. Well, this Bible's not lying to us no more, because it's being properly taught by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the correct way. It's now speaking and not lying. The true clarification of what the scriptures truly mean is being brought to the forefront of the earth, man. And nobody can, and people can't, they deny it. All they can do is hate it. That's all they can do. That's all they do is hate it, man. They just hate on the truth. That's all they do. But you know, they try to bring out these little arguments, and all those fall flat, man. Even these dudes that bring out these little arguments against the scriptures, against the truth, they're gone in a few weeks. You won't hear from them again. They're not adamant about their cause, so to speak, because after a while they run out of things to say.
And what they're adamant about is their hatred for the truth.
Right.
It's going to fizzle out. Because they don't got the spirit on them like us, which, Lord willing, you know, we continue to be in that spirit, man.
Yeah. What does Volcan Malone accomplish? Nothing really. A few bug outs, found the truth, and went to go interview with him. That's about it.
And you know what he is doing is keeping you Christians dead, man.
Right.
Keeping you guys forking money to those churches.
Yeah. He's just there because they sent him out there against the Israelites because go find out if this is true. That's basically what they said. Go find out if this slavery is true. The Lord hating us is true. Go find out. He found out, man. He found out that it is true. He just don't want to admit it. He doesn't want to admit that everything we say is true. He'll come out here and they try to like bring out his stupid little verses. And every time he's come out here, he's done it with sly, man. He's been real sly about it, bro. He'll send one dude up like, oh, I just want to see what's going on here. What you guys do? And the other dude come and keep up behind him and shit. That's the sneaky ass bastard, man. But that's the nature of the devil, man. He's very hey, that's why the book of Genesis is more subtle than the beast. He's more crafty.
So wait for it, because it'll surely come. It will not tarry. There's also a lot of human history happened in the last 100 years, man. It's been whole history. All of things, the technology, been increasing at a rapid pace. Where now you have the whole internet in the palm of your hand. You can look up everything. You can look up everything you need to know and find out. Yeah, this is really about us. The truth is about us. The Bible is about us, man. There's all a bunch of different books and documented pages showing that yeah, this is really about how we are the Israelites, not these Jewish people, man. You gotta go to libraries and look for days and days on end. It's right at the palm of your fingers.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus.
Read it.
Huh? This is Sirach chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance. Look not round about thee in the streets of the city, neither wander thou in the solitary places thereof.
Ain't that what Esau wants you to do? He wants you to give your soul to harlots? What's the biggest harlot? America. Because America's called the Great Whore, right? So he basically wants you to give your soul to the harlot, the whore America. The Great Whore is called Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
It says, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is...
Well, check it out. Even John the Revelator said he marveled at that. He marveled at like, wow, he marveled at the beast, man. He was kind of like, I guess you could say, just like that's tripping out on it, man. Like, because it is tripped out shit, you know.
It says, for herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. What's up, man? It says, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
You know what?
Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him. A new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure. Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in, but remember they shall not go unpunished unto their grave. See, that's heavy too, man. You know what I'm saying? You may see certain people, they may have a nice lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like that one J. Cole song. How did it go? Love Yours.
Oh, yeah.
He says, you know, to all my niggas down the block that be stressing, sometimes you fantasize about, you know, a Rolex and a nice life, but you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? But don't glory in what these people have, because they may have all those things, but there's no telling what they did to get it, man. Like scripture say, a man may gain the whole world, but, you know, lose his own soul. What profit is that, man? You know, our riches are coming, and it's funny too. Just a quick testimony. Yesterday, one of my coworkers, he's like, oh man, he's like, I gotta go to church right after I get out of work, but I'm gonna be late. I was like, well, it's better to, be late than never show up at all. He's like, well, you know, it's not really paying me, man. It's not really paying me. I was like, isn't that the whole point? You're storing riches in heaven. And he started laughing. He's like, damn it, man, you always got something to say. You know? That's the whole thing. Like, we might not have it here, but that's all right, because what does the scripture say? That the Lord chose, you know, the poor of this world,
Right.
rich in faith. A lot of our forefathers were just suffering affliction, being fucking chased down by the oppressors, all the meanwhile keeping the Sabbath days in secret. You know what I'm saying? Even if it meant death, man. Circumcising their sons on the 8th day according to the law, even though they were going to be put to death for that. You know, so a lot of our forefathers lived their entire life serving the Lord, right, knowing that there's going to be a reward, man. And it wasn't even going to come in their lifetime. See, but like the elder said earlier, we're living in a time now where we don't have to look at what the wicked has, because we're looking to the scriptures on what the Lord has for us, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And those things that we read about are going to soon be given unto us if we endure and keep the fight unto the end, man.
Well, the book of Revelation says thou art poor, but thou art rich. Speaking about, you know, this truth that we have. You know, in the eyes of the world, we're poor. You know, we're poor. Like, they ain't shit. You know, look at them. Ain't got none. You know, but we're rich. You know, and there's it reminds me of that song, they call William DeVaughn, I think it is. It's an old song, so be thankful for what you got. It says, you may not drive a big old Cadillac.
Oh, Curtis Mayfield?
No, so I think William DeVaughn.
Oh, okay,
Like,
Constellation.
people confuse him with Curtis Mayfield, but it says,
I think that is right.
yeah, it says, yeah, you may not drive a big old Cadillac, you know, but be thankful for what you got, man.
Yeah.
What we got is his truth. You know, that's like the highest prize that's the highest thing, possession that any man can have. You know, to have the truth.
Because King Solomon said it was all his riches, right? Riches beyond probably anything that we've seen on this side, and right, he said that it was vanity and vexation of spirit. You know what I mean? So he said it was all vanity and vexation of spirit, and he had it all, man. Right? So that tells us that even if you right, sold out and did whatever, and you know, got your little piece in this world, you're still gonna be unhappy, man. You're still gonna be feeling some type of. You might even off yourself like a Judas, because that's what he did, man.
Yeah,
Sold out for the world.
Yes,
That's why we just read. You don't know what their end's gonna be, so don't envy what they have.
How many of these rappers and stuff, man? They all depressed,
Yeah.
and none of them live the lives that they promote, man.
no. They even have like the MTV Cribs, they say they rent those mansions. They rent it for the day. Yeah, they rent the cars that they show on their videos. They rented all that. It's rented. It's leased.
You see, that's all. Esau allows all that to go out and to be seen in the public eye, so that now you're chasing that lifestyle, and then now it's just a continual loop of destruction, man.
So once that deal is done, they give you all that shit back. Yeah, they go back.
Take
to
off the chains.
they give all that car. They give it all back. You know, like make sure you don't fuck up my car. Like, you don't eat my own car. You tell them, they make sure you don't scratch my car, man.
Right, he's a distance watching him and shit, yeah.
Right. He's over there in the video, you know, telling me this is my bedroom right here with the magic cabinet, whatever he says, man. But you ain't done shit in that motherfucking room, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as that camera goes off, they're gonna kick your ass out of there. You know? But even you were talking about John the Baptist, he says those that wear soft raiment live in king houses. But he was out there prophesying in sackcloth. He was out there prophesying in like rough garments, man. It's like we're doing.
Was it John? John had a garment made out of camel's hair.
Yeah, rough garments, man. That's what we do. We prophesy rough garments. We're not, it's just ragtag things that brothers glue together, man. That's all it is, really.
Yeah.
You know, you find some material, or you glue some things together, man. Maybe if you got a little bit more skill, you stitch it up, put some borders on it, man. That's what it is. But the Lord's pleased with that foolishness, man. Because Peter said the fools were preaching, man. You know,
Because even with the sackcloth, that represents we're in a state of mourning.
right.
And we're not out here just, you know what I'm saying, just jolly. We're happy because we have the truth. As the scriptures say, happy is a man that findeth wisdom and getteth understanding. So we're happy and content with that. But we're not happy because of the life that we're living in. That's like the elect, man. Revelation 12th chapter.
Right.
They love not their life unto the death. That's not to say they hate life and they're anti-life. That means that they hate the life with a wicked reign over them, and we are, you know, restricted in these chains of darkness.
Yeah.
And we want to be free in all aspects, man. You know?
Because the Lord don't care how we look. You know? You know, someday we're not out here, you know, super militant like IUIC and do these military movements and sing cadences and marching in columns and
Push-up contests.
The reason they do that is to glitter themselves up, to turn heads.
Right.
Oh, look, there's a community over here, brother. Let's go check this out.
Yeah.
What's going on over here? Oh, look, they got the women involved. Now, at the end of the day, man, you're going to get the message raw, rugged, and uncut the way that it was meant to be given. Matter of fact, I'm specific. This is Revelation 13, you know, the good old oldie. Verse 9 and 10, it says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity will go into captivity, and he that kills with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. So what we've been given is the answers, man, to comfort us, to let us know, right? We got the playbook of prophecy, man. Right. So we know and understand that this devil took us into captivity, right? He's done raped, robbed, and murdered our people, right? Pillaged us with the sword. And knowing all this, yeah, wisdom maketh the wise man mad, but we've been given the answers and the outcome of this devil, man. Right. So it's given us patience. It's given us a state of almost like I know better, right? You got that little bully pushing on you, man. You're just looking at him, waiting for the time. Just waiting for the time, man. That's all we're doing.
Right. Plus it gives you hope. Because, you know, if we didn't have this truth, man, we'd probably be depressed, bro. Because you wouldn't see like any silver lining in it, you know. You would say like, oh, I guess this is it. But it's not, man. Like you guys be going to so much hell. Like I don't know how people in the world do it, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they turn to drugs. That's why they die fast deaths. That's why they wander the streets. That's why you know, they get these diseases and these ailments and they drink themselves to death. And because they see no silver lining. There's no hope given to them. Because one thing, they don't have faith. You know, faith is hope is a byproduct of faith. You know, that's what faith gives you. Faith gives you hope. Like his brother said, we know what's coming, man. We know the game plan, man. And we got the playbook, so to speak. You know, you play football. There's some movies, football movies, where they try to steal the other team's playbook, so you can know what faith's going to do. We got the playbook. We got the elders and apostles told Esau what he was going to do, and he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? They told Esau what he was going to do 20 years ago, and they're doing it now. The Spirit of the Lord, man. The Spirit of the Lord. They told the apostles and elders that, you know, these Edomites, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. But you know, all the right scriptures. Guess what? Edomites are doing that, man. You're doing all the things that the Lord said you're going to do. So if you're doing all that, guess what else is going to happen? The rest of the scriptures that pertain to your downfall, to your slavery, to your being abased upon the earth, and all uprising. That's what's good. If all those things happened already that the prophet spoke of, and they came true, that means the rest of the prophecy is going to come true. That means our uprising is going to come true. That means Yahweh Shai return is going to come true. They already say that. They already said that, like I said. These military commanders, they already said that this war is going to bring about the return of Yahweh Shai, the return of the Son of God. Right. So they know that's coming, man. You know, they didn't see it as a, well, that might be a speculation. That might be something that we got to look into. No, they plainly said that this war is going to bring about the return of the Son of God, what they call Jesus Christ. That's what they said. So they know these things are true, man. They know that these things are coming.
Yeah,
Not Psalm 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and get that.
9 and 11, right?
Verse 6.
This is Psalms chapter 9 and verse 6. O thou enemy.
See, who's our enemy? You go to Psalms 83rd chapter, it tells you who the enemies So it tells you who the enemies of the Lord are, man. Number one being the Edomites, the so-called white people. Go ahead.
Well, now it says, destructions are come to a perpetual end.
See, a perpetual end. See, destruction are come to perpetual end, man. You know? So destruction's coming to America. Go ahead.
Well, now it says, and thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them.
Yeah, because after his 1,000 years of slavery, you know, there ain't gonna be no more Edomites.
Nope.
You know, they're gonna be like, just gonna go away. They're gonna say like, what happened to that? You know what I'm saying?
Because if destructions are coming to a perpetual end, then there won't be no need for the destroyer, man.
Right. Well, he fulfilled his duty already. He fulfilled his office. His office being the wicked of the earth. When the kingdom comes, that teaching tool, because that was the Lord set up the wicked to do, to be a teaching tool to the Israelites. That teaching tool is no longer needed because we're going to have the law of the inward part. So there's going to be no need for Edomite anymore. We ain't going to need you no more, man. You fulfilled your job. You know, Proverbs 16:4 says, "Trade the wicked for the day of evil." So they were born for that purpose, to basically to teach the man, the Lord, the difference between righteousness and wickedness. And once that job is fulfilled, then you're not going to be no longer needed. You're going to fulfill your 1,000 years of slavery, and then you're going to be done with, man. The Lord's going to destroy you. There'll no longer be such thing as an Edomite. You know, and then you know, what vocab is trying to say that all Edomites are destroyed already. No, but they will be. You know what I'm saying? Just be a little patient there. You know, vocab. The Edomites will be destroyed, like you say, but not now. Go ahead.
Yeah, if the destroyer was destroyed, we'd be in peace, man.
Right.
Well, now it says, verse 7, but the Lord shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment.
Prepare his throne for judgment. That's the judgment is going to be enforced on the earth because there's no judgment right now. The judgment is going forth from the earth of the Lord. But the true judgment, basically where the Lord's doing everything right. Right now there's judgment for wickedness, and it's going to be continuous judgment for wickedness. The Lord's killing people, man. He's killing people. He's bringing down groups. He's making earthquakes happen. He's bringing out these false camps. And he's making certain things happen to certain individuals all over the earth. But true judgment, meaning that everything's going to be set right, everything's going to be paid for, and it's going to be avenged. That's coming, man. And that's coming from directly from the throne of the Most High, like Stephen says.
Going on verse 8, it says, and he shall judge the world in righteousness.
He shall judge the world in righteousness, man. The whole world, you know. And the whole world's going to receive its just due. Everybody in it, man. The scripture said, behold, I come quickly to give every man according to his works. Every man. You know, all of it. The heathen, you know, the Israelites, 2/3, the elect. Every man's going to get their just reward. The Lord said to to be that vessel of honor, that vessel of dishonor, to be a crown, you know, by Yahweh Shai, the elect, to put that seat in office. He's going to do all that, man. Everything's going to be set straight, man. There's not going to be no more unfairness in the world. No more, man. Right now, everything's unfair. Everything's against us, man. You go try to get a job that's going to be unfair. You get a patient that's going to be unfair. You know, say someone's going to make more money than you, and they probably work less. You know what I'm saying? You know, life is unfair. That's a proper saying. Life's unfair. It is. You know why? Because this is not our kingdom, man. You know, this is not the place where the Lord put us to be in the power seat. This is the place of our captivity.
Going on, it says, he shall minister judgment to the people in righteousness. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee. For thou, Yahweh, hast not forsaken them that seek thee.
Yeah, forsaken them that seek thee. And the only ones that are going to seek the Lord is those that put a spirit upon the seeking, man. Because you can't seek the Lord without the spirit. There's not going to be no desire in you to open up the Bible and try to understand what it says. There there won't be no desire in you to get on your knees and bow down before the Lord. That has to come through the Spirit. The average man can't just do that. Right? You can't, like Scripture says, you know, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. You know, so you just can't decide one day, you know what, I'm going to get my shit together, I'm gonna turn to the Lord. I'm going to go down to the church and give my life to Christ. You know, it don't work like that, man. The Lord has to put the Spirit in you. Every brother here, man, at one point of his life, you know, he woke you up, he put a spark in you to go out and seek this thing, man. To put in your mind that this was something important for you to do. This is something important for you to seek out. That's why you're studying out here, man. You know, like, who else is studying out here? Nobody.
It's hot too.
It's hot too, man. You know, who else is crazy enough to stand out? It's not 100 degrees yet, but it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro's been out here 100 degrees. You know, we've been out here in 100 degree heat.
It's like Apostle Paul said in 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter. He says our love, constrains us. But love and passion we have for the truth. You know, like they say, love will make you do crazy things. Like, see, we love the Lord so much through the Spirit. We come out here and we stand in the heat. We stand in the rain.
Yeah, you make it an important part of your life to be out here, man.
Hey, back in the day, the brothers used to wear shorts and stuff, and then there was a decree, hey, you need to wear pants.
Yeah,
We're out here to serve the Lord. Hey, who complained about that? Every brother put pants on.
You gotta have the right working attire, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the right working attire.
And the Lord's so cold too. The Lord have us out here on the Day of Atonement, complete dry fast, man.
Right.
No food, no water. Most people wouldn't even do that with somebody or for any other thing, man.
And it'd be hot.
And it'd be hot.
Yeah.
Hot, you know, we live in a lot of salt and vitamins, you know.
Yeah.
Brothers are a little older.
Yeah, it'd be hot, bro. Remember one David told me, camp, man, it was hot, bro, and you would see these trucks like stickers of water. You know what I'm saying? He said, pick yourself a cold drink, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like, you're like that, man. You're like that, bro. You know, but then you feel good when it's over because you obeyed the Lord, man.
Yeah.
You know, like your bus, when done with camp, or you sit down, after you sit down, after you to the camp, you feel like a burden is up your back, man. Like you know, there was a heavy thing upon you, and now that it's gone for him.
This is book of Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 and verse 23. A patient man will bear for a time, so you'll be going through it. And one thing you'll learn here is patience, man. We've been waiting for years, man. The apostles, the elders, been waiting for longer than I've been alive.
Like 30 plus years.
You know what I'm saying? So you gonna learn patience out here. And sometimes, you know, and they say patience is a virtue because we live in a world where you try to skip the patience, right? So it's really hard for us to dial back and just be patient. Like the brother's saying, Day of Atonement, perfect example, man. See water go by, you over here just waiting, right? But it says, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. But again, like the brother was going into, once you make it, once you get through it, man, the joy you're gonna feel. Just imagine the joy of being crowned by Yahweh Shai and being told, well done, my servant, you made it. Getting a glass of that new wine.
Yeah, you say, well done, my good and faithful servant. I'll make you ruler of 10 cities, you know what I'm saying? So that's the reward, man. He's giving certain men positions of power, positions of governing certain things upon the earth.
And that's why the scriptures say, right, it's better to enter into the kingdom wounded, right, one-legged, eye plucked out, right, than to not enter at all. And you know, to put that into perspective, hey, you may be getting there without people you thought was going to be there, right, without your woman, maybe even without your children, right? At the end of the day, hey, that joy is going to be well worth it, man.
Look at Job, you know, the Lord took away his children and his women. Did he keep his woman around?
Yeah, but he denied the Most High.
Yeah.
I got a precept on that.
Yeah, so you see, but the woman was kept around to bitch at him though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's part of the hell. You know what I'm saying? You know, why did you just search the Most High? Like, you speaking like them ignorant bitches do. It's crazy to say. You know, that's everything you said, right? God, she's speaking like ignorant bitch. That's why they that bitch. Yeah, no, you see that video, that face? That's why that's part of the expression, man. Like, what are you talking about? See, the Lord's not going to give us good and evil, you know? because that's what he's gonna do. The Lord's gonna put you through seasons where you're going through it, man. Where it's really all brothers, every brother can testify to that. But the Lord put the season of I'm just catching, man. I'm just going through it, man. Like fuck.
And it could be for years.
Yeah.
Like the woman with the issue of blood.
Right.
She had the issue of blood for 12 years.
For 12 years, man. She went to doctors. She went to the physicians. They couldn't help her. I think it was Tobit too. Like he woke up blind, right? He said he went to the physician and they couldn't help him. Because ultimately he was the Lord's purpose. It's like was it the deaf man? The Paul asked him was the blind man, right? I think it was the blind man, and the Paul said,
oh yeah.
Paul asked him whose fault is it? Was it his parents' fault or was it his fault? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And all this for the glory, for the glory of God.
Right.
The glory of the Most High can come forth. Yeah. So I think if the Lord could do something like that just to glorify His name, man. And that man was blind all his whole life. So just so the Lord can heal him and give glory to His name. That's how the Lord is, man. He does things like that. When brothers catch hell, man, hey, like I say, man, wherever you are, that's where the Lord wants you. And at that present time, it might not be very enjoyable. Never said no chastising is pleasant, man. But grievous. Sometimes it's grievous. Something like, fuck, why is it like this? Yeah. Sometimes the Lord puts you in a situation that you don't like, man, and that's just the way it is. That's where, like the brother said, patience comes in. Scripture said we have need of patience. We need to learn patience. How else are we going to learn but to suffer, but to go into things? You think you just can learn patience? Read a book about patience 101. You want to know about it? No, you got to actually go through something to learn patience, man.
Yeah, kind of got a quick one. This is James chapter 5 and verse 11. I'll start at verse 10. It says, "Take my brethren the prophets, who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy." See? Job.
Yeah, heard the patience of Job.
Yep.
And you read the book of Job, man, you're like, dang. You know what I'm saying? That's really going through it. Boils and escaping out. Boils off himself, man. That was painful.
Oh, yeah.
Feeding his kid, and after that kid's raw. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting there, just miserable. Just putting dust right there on the ground, man. Children dying, all this wealth being taken away, cattle all killed. Then plus that, after that, on top of that, a nagging woman. That just makes it worse, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, you could probably endure all that, but then that's like the extra, like,
I thought the Most High was going to let you prosper.
That's just
Where you at now?
I heard that before.
I always read that, that's like a trip, like, why'd she say that for? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta say that? You know what I'm saying?
At the worst time,
It's the worst time, man.
beat a man while he's down.
That's just show you a woman can really, she can be an instrument of hell, man. That's why the scripture says, "She that is my enemy shall see." See what I'm saying? She kind of look at her like your enemy sometimes, like, because she's adverse to you sometimes, especially in the truth. A woman can be adverse to you, especially in the truth, because they get jealous, bro. Because the truth is your main woman, and she's just a side piece. You know what I'm saying? They get jealous because you're going to spend all this time with the truth, with brothers. You spend all this time, doing sit down and doing lessons and brothers and going out, and the time that you have with her, like, it's minimal. She's on the back burner, and they get jealous of that shit. That's when they start bitching and moaning and complaining about, about you being out there, and you doing this and that, man. But hey, that's part of the hell. That's part of the hell to catch, man. That's part of the curse. That's going to say that it's going to make put an evil eye toward your husband. Talk about the Israelite woman.
Let's continuing on Psalms chapter 9 and verse 11, verse 10. It says, "And they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Yahweh, hast not forsaken them that seek thee. Sing praises to the Lord, which dwelleth in Zion. declare among the people his doings.
That's what we do, man. We declare upon the people the doings of the Lord. And part of those doings are the judgments that are going to be forth upon the earth. You know, the holy decrees, the holy prophecies, man. Got a chariot up there.
Yeah, it's a chariot. It's like, or looks like a chariot. It's just a white dot just sitting there. It's not moving or anything.
Yeah, that very well could be a chariot, man.
Called Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, the Lord, hey, he showed us things. Man. Wow. It's like that woman, the Edomite woman right there, talking about. The song that she was playing. So that's happened more than a few times, man. Lord out here, man, where the Lord just, you be talking about certain subject and the Lord puts a private example just walking by.
Right.
At that exact moment, you know?
I be calling those
shit, it
the
just
Most High's little show and tells he's giving us.
Right. And think about it, you know, that woman, she was predestined to get up that day and walk past this camp.
Yeah.
More, because Scripture says that, you know, he programs your mind and what you see. So that just shows you what level of control the Most High has over everything. You know, so that yes, he has a level of control over this earth, you know, over the things that's going on upon him. And ultimately, he's going to bring forth his righteousness and his justice and his judgment upon America and destroy it. And open up in their numbers. You know, this land cries out for blood, so blood shall be put upon this land. You know, the blood sacrifice of the Edomites in 2/3 is going to happen here on American soil, man. When the Most High returns. Was there anything else? With that being said, Most High will hope was edified.
Bashim Yashak, Bashim Kakadash.
Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.
Shalom.